From almost heaven, West Virginia, flying through the air to your device like a UAP, hauntingly unexplained and downright weird, this is the Witching Hours. And we are ready to take off in the flash of an eye. Good evening to one and all, wherever or whenever you are listening to this program. I am your co-host, John of the Frost, and joining me, as always, is the medium Jenny Lee. How are you doing, Jenny?
I'm cold. It's really cold. Can you see my breath?
Yeah, it's like a little fog machine out here for us tonight. It's well, we're down, getting close to freezing out here. It's in the 30s, so it's pretty chilly. But we are coming to you from Lake Shawnee, the abandoned amusement park, and we are out here with the Forsaken Souls, the wonderful group that we had on just a few weeks ago. So we're out here doing a live investigation, and we're going to report back to you with all the details at a later time.
Hopefully be talking to some of the people that are here with us.
Yeah, so that's the plan tonight is we're kind of going to record this in sections. We're not able to go live because we are in the middle of the mountains out in God's country.
Nowhere.
Almost heaven, West Virginia. It's been in my head all day today. So off we go. We got out here about 1:45. We got into the grounds today, and we've done the tour and all that stuff. And well, we've done a little bit of exploring, but we got the whole night ahead of us. Right now it's about 9:03 at night, and we're here till 10 o'clock in the morning. So,
tomorrow.
Yeah. So we got quite a bit of exploration to do tonight. What's your first initial reaction to Lake Shawnee?
I think there's a lot of spirits here. There's elemental here. There's some not so nice things that try to scare people. There's a lot of Native Americans. There's some little girls. There's a lot of stuff going on here. For sure.
For sure. We've done a little bit of investigation so far. We haven't done a ton. So far, the history to this place is absolutely amazing. And you know me, I've gotten to see some of what's going on here. We'll talk about later. We have kind of kept Jenny in the dark on what...
Right now, literally.
Ooh. So we'll talk about that a little bit more in the show, about the history of this place and what has been going on here. This has been in a lot of TV shows. This has been in William Shatner, Portals to Hell with Jack Osborne's been out here, and many, many more. The Dead Files was out here.
I think the tour guy said about 20 different TV shows, and a lot of them in the UK, surprisingly.
Yeah. And has turned down a lot of groups also that he didn't think would be respectful to the land here. So,
which is very important.
Mm-hmm.
One of the cool things we did so far was they put up a really cool rock, part of the property, and people leave offerings for the land and for the Native Americans. And we all gathered around there and we gave different offerings: tobacco, flowers, pumpkins, stones. And then we said a prayer and we did our protection bubble. And there was a lot of energy going on around when that was happening. So, and everybody could feel it.
Yeah. So our hope is to have some more of the, to have Jacqueline and them back on later to discuss their previous investigations here. And then maybe there's a lot of people who are investigating with us tonight, some seasoned and some new. So we'll be curious to kind of maybe have some people share their experiences with us this evening. We've had some technical difficulties, so we have everything set up except for some reason, when I go to use the the camera for the guest, it keeps like completely shutting down the system on our mobile station here.
Yes, and there's no key lights.
Yeah, so we're using flashlights and lamps. So, 28 years ago to this very day now. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting episode to put out for you guys. We're really excited to be able to do it, and we're looking forward to the rest of the night. And we hope that you all enjoy what we have to share with you for the rest of this evening. All right, welcome back to the Witching Hours, and with me I have Michael Fiddler, and he is going to share some of the experiences he's been having this evening out at Lake Shawnee. How are you doing, Michael?
I'm holding up okay.
Good. So you've been having some experiences. Let us know what's going on. Start from the beginning here.
There's a lot to account for. There's a lot of things that are out here. As far as I can gather, I've had at least maybe 3 or 4 different entities or whatever you would like to call them reach out to me and tell me to stay in there and talk to them. I tried to leave. I let it know I was going to be leaving, and it told me on the device to go ahead and stay and to try to talk to it some more.
And that's in the doors over there?
And that's inside with the door shut.
Okay, so we're in kind of like we're kind of outside, but we have like a canopy area that has a roof over us. There's a couple of rooms over to the left-hand side that are used for storage, and you've been doing like EVP work in there, or what are you using?
I have the EMF going, and I have the Ovulus going. So I had a couple mini spikes when I asked questions, and I think it was giving me answers on the EMF.
Okay.
And then it would also talk to me. Oh my God, this thing's spiking, dude. Go ahead and talk. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. That's what we're here for, to do this live tonight. Get all this stuff that happens.
Some really good activity. I really want to go out, though, and explore.
Yeah, we're getting ready to head over there
earlier when I was over, also by the cotton field, I was, there
we go with spiking again.
Okay, so this is the one that was next to me in the cotton field. He was talking to me earlier. He followed me from the monument, from what I can gather. From all the things that he's told me, it is somebody that came from the monument that was over there, and for some reason chose to be around me.
And you were saying something earlier when I was walking back here about how they didn't want you to leave out of that room.
They did not want me. There it went again. They didn't. Yeah, I don't think that it wanted me. Spikes, I don't think it didn't want me to leave. I think it wants me back in there. It keeps it just spiked again. So,
does that say soul?
Yeah, and it's spiking to 200.
Voice master.
He wants my soul.
All right. Well, you go see what they want, and then if we have anything else, we can come back and talk about it.
Okay. Sweet.
All right.
Appreciate
Excellent.
it.
All right, hey, it's me, named Jenny Lee. I'm here with Gil, and we are at Lake Shawnee. Of course, that's what we're doing here. Gil considers himself to be a seeker of the truth, whether it's paranormal or otherwise. You wanted to tell us a story about what?
The Hinsdale House.
Where is that?
The Hinsdale House is in New York.
Okay.
It's in upstate New York. It's known as a paranormal research facility.
Oh, yeah?
Yep, Daniel Kleiss owns it, and this place it's something else. It's really something else. This is not just a haunted. It's not just a haunted building or facility. This house has had documented failed exorcisms by the church.
Yikes!
Families have up and left furniture, clothes, you name it, whatever.
So it's just been like a family home.
It was.
But there's been terrible things that happened.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
So you went to go investigate?
I did. I went to go investigate, and it was a pretty quiet night. It was. There was a few things that were a little unsettling, and I've been to several locations. I've been to quite a few locations. But the Hinsdale House was a totally different energy. So there's a lot of stories behind what's happened there. And it used to be a house where people would trade goods, like when back it was horseback and carriage times. And it's believed that the people that were associated with the house would use this location to rob, terrorize, rape, murder people trying to trade goods
Oh my goodness.
or people down and out on their luck. So, a very aggressive place. Definitely a very aggressive place.
So then, what was your experience?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll get right into it. We'll get right into it. Yeah, absolutely.
It started out as a quiet night.
It started out as a quiet night. Yeah, yeah. When I was driving there, apparently there's two ways to get there: the right way or the wrong way.
I'm guessing you went the wrong way.
Yeah, yeah. Driving in there about 2 miles out, I end up on a completely dirt road, and I mean my car's shaking left and right. I think that I'm driving into my murder, but yeah, lo and behold, I get to this house. Once I got to the house, I took a walk through around everything, the whole property, the inside, the outside, and I got a really good sense that I wasn't too sure if it was so much activity that I was going to encounter, but definitely the vibes there. The vibes there are just, they're not normal.
Yeah.
They're not normal. I ended up doing the Estes method by this tree called the Giving Tree. Now, when people go there, they give an offering at this tree, and
kind of like we did with our
exactly
rock out there. Yeah.
Exactly.
What is the Estes?
The Estes method is a method where you take a spirit box and you put on a blindfold, put on noise canceling headphones, connect those headphones to the spirit box. The reason why you do all this is for sensory deprivation. So you can become more in tune with what is around you, and basically you listen to the spirit box siphoning and you repeat what you hear.
Usually somebody else is asking questions, right?
Absolutely.
Did you have somebody else asking questions?
Now that's the second part to it.
Cool.
Now somebody either in another room or far enough away will whisper questions. If you are watching an Estes method and you hear someone yelling the questions,
Questionable.
I mean, you said it, not me.
Yeah.
So I went under Estes by the Giving Tree. Immediately, I was violently cursed out
Oh my goodness.
to the point where I said that I wasn't going to repeat anymore.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not saying this, and we're done. And I came out, and we called it. That was that. We then went into the house, and when we went into the house, we were getting a lot of activity inside this house. It's basically 2 floors, all right? You got Mary's room, Mike's room. It's just like a very small, tight-quartered place. Basically, we were in the living room, and in the living room there's some dolls. All right, I love dolls. They're my absolute favorite.
Are you being sarcastic?
Yeah. So unsettling.
Yeah.
We had set up a few music boxes in different directions. A music box is a piece of equipment that has a sensor on it, just a motion detector, and when that motion detector is triggered, it makes a noise. Specifically, music. Some music boxes run off those old school like ballerina box mechanisms.
Yeah.
Some run off SIM cards, just our SD cards. Sorry, no SIM cards, SD cards. So you can pick your own music or your own noises. We had 3 different music boxes built by 3 different people. Each music box failed. Yeah, each music box ended up malfunctioning.
My goodness.
And I thought that was a little weird. So
Kind of like half our equipment on this episode.
So I went upstairs. Someone challenged me to go upstairs and go sit in the closet where there is supposedly a scribe mirror. Now, a scribe mirror is a mirror that if you look into it and focus long enough, some people like to light a candle in front of them and do this. Others will just sit in front of this mirror and stare into it. Now, when you do this, people have reported seeing skin falling off their face, them
Ugh.
aging, them turning into skeletons, them turning into something that's supernatural, or just something demonic.
Yuck.
I never experienced anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I set up a cat ball in front of me, and as I was looking into this mirror, I had my cell phone sitting right in front of me. So I'm basically watching my cell phone screen.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on my cell phone screen, throughout the entirety of sitting in this closet, I just see these lines of mist, basically, just coming in all sorts of different directions. Very slow, very eerie.
Mm-hmm.
And when I would see them, the cat ball would correlate with what I was seeing. It would go off.
So it's just the cat ball just have like a light in it?
Yeah, the cat ball is
Okay.
basically it's just a little toy for cats that if it has any motion, any vibration,
Mhm.
anything like that, it lights up.
So the cat ball was moving in the same direction of the
it was lighting
mist?
up.
Oh, okay.
I
Gotcha,
have
gotcha.
never seen a cat ball move more than a centimeter.
Yeah.
I've used them in every investigation I can. They're great for confirmation that some type of vibration
Yeah.
is there.
Mm-hmm.
I left the closet, and I was kind of just stuck on what I saw on my cell phone screen for a little while. We ended up taking a break, and the rest of the night was quite uneventful. But that's not where it gets crazy.
Well, what did you see on the cell phone? I mean, on the cell phone.
Just mist.
Oh,
Just
you were
yeah.
seeing that in the cell phone,
Yeah.
the misty stuff. Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
absolutely.
Okay. Okay, and then what? And then what happened?
Then the night was pretty uneventful until I decided to drive back to my hotel.
Oh.
So I did not know this before going there, but apparently the Hinsdale house is just infamous for people's cars breaking down,
Mm.
flat tires, just all sorts of different stuff. I was driving to the hotel, and a construction truck in front of me had those orange cones on the back of it.
Yeah.
Orange cones started falling off the back of this construction truck, took off my mirror,
Whoa.
cracked my windshield. The initial estimate was like $13,000 in change. And
Wow.
if you would like, I could actually show you right here. So I was there on August 19th. And I'll show your viewers as well.
Just this year, huh?
Just this year, absolutely. I'll pull it up for you guys. I'm sorry I wasn't planning on doing this. So, just bear with me for 1 second. All right, let me just go here. Bam, bam, bam. And so essentially, I'm driving down back to the hotel.
Yeah.
And when I'm driving back to the hotel, this accident happens. The debris strikes my mirror, takes it clean off, puts a hole in my hood,
Wow.
takes out my front left headlamp, front bumper needed to be replaced, hood got replaced. Like, this was just absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. And, it's just something that you think on. Like,
Yeah.
how can a freak accident like this happen? And they didn't even stop.
They didn't even know the stuff was falling
Yeah,
off
they
the
had
back.
no
Yeah.
idea that this was going on.
Wow.
So I decided, I got to check some things out. I got to see what it's like. I got to look into this. And my phone is trying to load. But
We are in the middle of nowhere.
yeah. Yeah. So anyways, I can show you this right now. On my Facebook, you can see pictures of me at Hinsdale on the morning of August 19th. So I'm going to show you right now the documents from when I got the estimate for my car accident. $13,000 in change. We don't have great service here.
No. It's still
So-
loading.
Yeah, and it says no internet connection, just so you guys can see that. It says no internet connection. But I can always send you guys the documents. Long story short, I get into this accident. My car gets sent to a shop, a very reputable shop, and my car ends up being there for 60 days.
Good Lord.
60 days. They had to repaint my car 3 times. It was an absolute nightmare. This place was just, they never went through this. It was almost like my car cursed that shop.
Yeah.
Just
So not only did you have a freak accident, but then when they were trying to repair it, things were going wrong.
yeah. I ended up with a sty that lasted for almost 2 months. It would flare up, and then when I'd be ready to go out on an investigation, once it would start going down, as soon as that day would come, boom, right back up.
Wow.
The luck was just absolutely horrendous. I ended up not going on an investigation or any type of thing paranormal for about a month and a half.
Wow.
It was like something was always getting in the way.
Yeah.
The Hinsdale house, the energy there, it's absolutely insane. And I'm going back there.
You're going to go back?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going back there.
Are you sure you want to try it again?
I'm going to Uber.
You're going to Uber this time?
Yeah, I'm going to Uber.
Leave it up to the Uber insurance.
Yeah, exactly. If something happens to them, whatever, I'll warn
Wash
them.
your eyes real good when you leave.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Wow, Gil, that's an incredible story.
Well, thank you for letting me share it with you guys.
So, have you had anything interesting happen tonight so far?
Well, over at the shrine, we were getting confirmations on the flux, which is a device that lights up green on one side, red on the other side. You can use it for true or false, yes or no, that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a nice feeling out there.
Yeah.
It was very light, very...
Mm-hmm. I think everybody had a nice experience over there together. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, for tonight, for this location, we do plan on doing some challenges later.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do some challenges later. You're gonna be a part of it.
Okay.
And
I can stay awake. It's midnight already.
oh yeah. Well, we're here for 17 hours.
We are. Yeah.
We're gonna see what happens.
I've got like 8 more hours to go.
And it's cold. It is cold. The degrees are dropping.
Yes. Can you see our breath? Yeah. A little chilly out here.
Absolutely.
So, if you could have anything happen tonight, what would you like to happen? What would you like to experience?
I would absolutely love to get confirmation that the spirit of the little girl that was crushed by the truck on the swing ride is at peace, and that she's here on an accord of just kind of like a Neverland type deal.
Yeah, not that she's stuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Good. That's a nice thing to wish for.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been Gil at the Shawnee really cold amusement park night.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
All right, so we're back here on the Witching Hours. I got John Vega with me from Forsaken Souls, and we are going to do some more conversation here. So this is, you said, your third time investigating out here at Lake Shawnee.
Right.
So I was curious, what other experiences have you had out here?
Well, man, I've had the first time I came out here, I had that balloon.
Oh, over on the swings.
Right. So we've had the bag and the balloons on the swings from the children over there, and prior to that, I've also had a balloon roll from where we're kind of sitting, but a little bit further up, to the fire pit that's down there, and it actually stopped. And it maneuvered itself around the fireplace.
Wow.
You can actually catch that clip. We have that clip posted on YouTube. But yeah, that was probably like the craziest thing we've seen here
Yeah.
so far.
It seems weird because that bag and the bag and the balloon, every time I go over there, no wind. It seems like it's like just unstoppable. Like it always.
Well, yeah, like today it was crazy to see it. As soon as we were talking about it, you saw the bag start to spin, and like I was telling a few others, like, hey, like if you're looking at the bag, look at the plush toy that's above it. It's not moving at all. Like it's just a bag. You know what I mean? And that's what I love about it, man. It's very active children here.
And what's the owner's name? Was that Chris?
His name was Chris.
Yeah. So like Chris, when we moved over to that other area today with the pinwheel,
right?
And he said you'll see me doing a hand movement, and like when I start talking about it, typically it starts happening. And the second he started moving his hand like that, the pinwheel started going back and
Wow.
forth.
Yeah, wow, that's insane. I was delayed on that. But I remember he said that the boys, that when they used to come here, when it was open, the amusement park, the boys used to go over to that booth.
Okay.
That's where they would kind of rendezvous, and the girls would actually be by the swings. And, that's why if you go over there with a spirit box or something, you'll hear a lot of boys over there.
Interesting. So I was talking to you a little bit earlier because we had you guys on a little bit ago. We're talking about the show, but I was kind of curious about some of the process because we're out here doing the investigation tonight. So how has that been going from like doing an investigation like this to doing an investigation for the show?
Well, the investigation for the show is it's like a close set, so it's not a lot of people, which isn't too bad. We usually use tripods and whatnot, and myself, I'm the camera guy. So even though I feel like I'm slightly involved, not to like discredit or anything like that, but like I prefer to be behind the camera, you know. So I like to make sure we're getting valuable good shots, and I have my tripods there working with me too, so I like to have one camera moving around and then we got the steady camera. So that's kind of how that's going. And it's just me, Irene, and Jackie, and we usually, our last filming we just did, recent one, we were standing on the side of a road and there was cars just passing by nonstop, man. So like believe me when I tell you, just to get a sentence out or like to communicate on the portal, it was just difficult because you got cars passing by and these guys were like honking and whatnot, and just they saw we were filming. You can see when people were filming on the street and they knew it, and then they were just honking, or just the traffic was just nonstop. So it was really hard to get some evidence on that one, but we managed to get some. But yeah, so it seems like a lot of stuff we do is outdoors. That's what I realized. It's a lot of outdoor stuff. So probably just work on getting better equipment to handle outdoor situations. It's not like the indoor stuff.
So for the investigations you've been doing and being able to see all that stuff happen live, it seems like it's been intimate then, because it's just you three, so you don't have to worry about like having all these other people that are around like going in there. Do you think that benefits the investigation for you guys?
It could be, because I like to tell people, spirits could communicate with you in a group, or they can communicate with you by yourself. So being that we're a group of three, if they want to prefer to talk to somebody by themselves, then Irene's the go-to. You know what I mean? Why not? Or Jackie would go. But yeah, so I think the minimal 3 is good. I think it goes a lot smoother. We get better, clearer communication. There's not a jumble of questions being asked. We all know our chemistry and how to ask and wait for a response and not kind of jump on top of each other when we're doing it.
I was going to say I had a question.
No, you're good. You're good.
Coming back to Lake Shawnee, I want to get into that a little bit more because we still have a lot of investigating to do tonight.
Oh, hell yeah, man. It's still early. What time is it? 11:20?
11:20. Yeah, I think we're going to get ready to head over to the haunted house here in a little bit and see what we see over there.
Well,
I think everyone's had at least some minimal amount of occurrences tonight already.
Yeah. Between you and your son and your family in general, man, and then this guy over here, man, he's having a grand slam time tonight, man. Let me tell you.
And I haven't had any kind of I expected, I hadn't been out here before. So when I was coming here, I was like, okay, am I going to be out there and just be like scared shitless the whole time, or and like, but I haven't really had that feeling. Like I definitely know I'm in a place, but I haven't felt like anything that's like really intimidating. Has that been the way for you the last couple times you've been here too, or has it been different?
I would say probably the first time was the most intimidating again because it was just me and my partner. So
Yeah.
it was just us two here, and there was nobody else here. But I feel like for now, like right now, I know you would, you'd think you feel intimidated, but the people we have here now, we have about 15, 16 people or so.
Yeah.
We have quite a few people here, so it's like there's a lot of positive energy, being passed around. It feels more like a camp out than it does an investigation.
It does,
and I think that's kind of what's like easing your mind and like, okay, I know where I'm at, but I'm not like nervous or nothing.
There's like a home base.
Right, but come here, you and your wife by yourselves, set up the table and sit here and try and do a podcast. You and your wife by yourselves, you'll be shit bricks, man.
Yeah, like I'm not saying that like I don't feel anything here, but it definitely it hasn't been anything that I feel like anything like evil, or you know what I mean. Like I've had this feeling that there's stuff there, but it almost seems like there's like a respectful nature to it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, the kids just want to play. Over here, I think over here. Oh, dude, I don't even see him. I don't even see him. Oh, my bad.
Someone's getting snacks.
Sorry about that. I apologize. You scared the shit out of me, woman. Literally, right? You saw my face, right? I was like, what the fuck?
Me and Jimmy Lee's making spooky sounds over here getting snacks.
Oh my god. No, so over here on this side where the amusement park side is where you'll interact with the kids and they're not really like, they just want to play, man. We haven't even set out balloons or like toys yet for them, and that's really what you're gonna get. That's really when they're gonna start playing with them.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a lot of activity with the toys. And believe me, because that's how Chris told us our first time. He was like, get balloons. And he was like, you won't regret it. And we tried talking to them without the balloons, and then we decided we were going to blow up the balloons. And then you saw the video, the balloons just kind of poof off the table and then start rolling through the campfire.
Yeah, it actually surprised me. I think that's the biggest thing that I've taken in today is like over at the swings, like anytime we really start trying to do any investigating, that bag just starts spinning. Yeah,
that's her go-to nonetheless, man. It is like the go-to, what do you want to call it, toy that she spins. And it's just a bag. Like, it's what you hold other toys in, you know what I mean? And she's got so many toys over there. I mean, they all got toys. I mean, I think there's numerous kids here. And they've got a playland of toys over there on that swing set.
Yeah, well, there is like, so we've done some of our investigation. We won't get into now because we'll talk about it later. But I know that Jenny's come across a couple things today that weren't really talked about earlier. So I'd be curious to see if there's any connection with that, so we can talk about.
Yeah,
that
that'd
later.
be phenomenal.
That'd be interesting. But yeah, like hopefully we can do another segment later on in the night, man.
I'm ready, bro. Like, yeah, man, I'm gonna be up, dude. So every you got people sleeping, and I'm out here. I'm still holding it down. 16 hours later, baby, we here.
Hey, 24-hour duty, right,
Let's
bro?
go, man. Hey, I'm ready, man. I'm ready, but I'm having a good time, and I'm glad you came out, man. And I'm really glad you and your wife came out, and everybody who did come out came out. So we're having fun here. So.
Excellent, man. This has been a great night. I hope you guys are enjoying all the stories we're bringing to you on this episode. And we'll get on with it, and hopefully we can talk a little more later.
Man. Of course.
All right, man.
Sweet.
All right, we're here with Jackie from Forsaken Souls. We have made it to the morning. It's almost time for us to pack up and get the hell out of here.
So sick.
But Jackie just had an amazing experience. Tell us about it.
OMG. Shawnee never lets me down. I don't even have a voice left. I was yelling so loud. I tell everybody, and those of you that know me have seen me post about our last experience, that Shawnee where we had the little girl bring us the balloon across the pavilion. I tried to reenact, well, you know, kind of make that happen again, except this time we were on the bus. We set up initially one balloon, and then we moved it to, we put 3 down from the farthest end of the bus, and then you have the aisle. All 3 balloons, dead still. Now that is an enclosed bus. There is no wind. There's nothing. Dead still. And they were still we were in there for well over an hour, probably longer than that. Not moving. We're like, can you move the balloon? Can you bring it to us? And, you know, we're asking and asking. We had the cat ball set up and the flux device set up. And over the portal, which we also had going, we said, you know, I said, there's the balloons, there's the cat balls, and there's the flux device. You know, feel free to play with whatever you want. Over the portal, she says, the ball, I did it, ball lights up. Then the flux device lights up green. And I'm like, oh, wonderful, thank you. Do you think you can move the balloons for us now? Both balloons spun in circles.
Oh my goodness.
And started rolling towards us.
Wow.
Not only once, they kept doing it. At one point, they rolled the balloon rolled it toward us, rolled it off the aisle and under the bench. It comes back out, goes back, starts coming this way. Now, what's even more fantastic is, of the 3 balloons, only 2 were moving the whole time. The red never moved for almost a full hour.
Wow.
Full hour, never moved. Joe comes on the bus. He says, I like the red one. Why don't you move the red one? It vibrated, lifted up like this, and then just with force came at us. For the full hour we were in there. The cat balls on command, the flux device on command, the balloons were, I've never seen. Just I'm in awe.
You've
I'm
had
in
a
awe.
lot of luck with the
and then
balloons
the portal's
here.
going the whole time. She's like, we did it. How about this one? I like the blue. What about the red? Like, they're talking to us.
Yeah.
At one point, I was getting so excited. He says, shut up. And I was just like, I can't help it. I have no voice left. I couldn't even tell the story enough to explain the incredible evidence we just got.
I was saying, it seemed like it was the party bus over there.
Oh my God. I just couldn't believe it. I was actually shaking.
Yeah.
Shaking because when you see that, so, you know, the first video, because it was outside, people are like, oh, you know, you have your skeptics. They're the wind.
It was the
Mind
wind,
you,
yeah.
Those balloons were sitting there for almost an hour as well. So that's fine, which is why we moved it to an enclosed this time.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to get these kids to move that balloon. And sure enough, she did.
So who do you think was moving it?
So, funnily enough, we first got on the bus. Now, Chris told us a story how that was his brother's bus. His name was Richard. Now, I didn't tell the other people his name was Richard until we got on the bus. So we're coming on the bus. I said, I think his brother's name is Richard. Let's see if we can contact him. There was a woman, a little girl, and Richard. So the man that came through initially had a very deep voice. And I said, are you Chris's brother? And he says, hey. And I said, what's your name? And he said, Richard.
Oh my God.
They looked at me like, no way. And then we had the girl come over. She says, hi, this is Anna. Which Anna, for those of you that also,
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
she's my protector. She follows me to all my investigations. She's notorious for talking to the other spirits, almost like telling them how to do it. Like, for example, the ball, she said, we're touching it and boom, it lights up. And it's almost like she tells them what to do.
Yeah.
And she knows it gets us so excited. And then the little girl, I personally think it was Alexandra again. She had the same voice, but she's just like, I did it. And she just kept talking and talking and talking. So I think it was Richard, Anna, and Alexandra.
So it was the party bus.
It was the party bus. I mean, so Shirley and Tina have never been on an investigation.
Oh, wow.
And this was like their first experience. So to be able to give them that memory, that in your face, there's no way to argue what you just saw, because it wasn't just balloon movement. It was 2, 3, 4 pieces of different things all working together. At that point, you can't argue.
Yeah. They're going to be walking away from Lake Shawnee with some really wonderful experiences.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's why we do this. You know, we had it set for 3 times a year, but I'm wondering if we should do that 4th, almost like one per season. So we go in April, we go in June, August, then we do one in November. So I'm trying to see where we can fit another one in there. Because
If you
it's-
come in the November one, bring all your cold weather gear.
Yes, I am wearing 4 shirts. All the 3 of the 4 are fleece lined, and 4 pair of pants, 2 pair of merino wool socks, and some mucklucks.
Oh my goodness.
And a headband and a snow hat. You can't bundle me up anymore.
So will you remind our viewers about what's coming up for Forsaken Souls?
Yes. So we had to push the release date back just a little bit, but in January 24, we'll air our season 1 premiere
And where can they find it?
Souls. Spirit Realm Network. So you can go to spiritrealm.net and see us. As soon as you get on there, you'll see coming soon, and it'll have our picture. But once we upload those episodes, you'll be able to, just like any other channel, episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Awesome.
So we
And
do
you
have
guys are
2
getting ready
seasons,
to
so.
film some more, right?
Yes, actually. So again, I had to have some unexpected surgery in the beginning of October, and it kind of kicked my butt a little. So I was out of commission for a few weeks. This is actually my first time out since the surgery on October 2nd. And we will be getting back to filming the week before Thanksgiving, so almost like next week or so.
Next week, yeah.
And then we have 3 episodes back to back. We're cramming in from November and December. So
Awesome.
lots and lots of work, lots of traveling, and lots of great
A
stuff.
lot of excitement.
Very excited. So glad you guys came.
Yeah.
I am beyond excited. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
We
and
did.
even in the cold and everything else, with the food and the people, it was just
It was a
wonderful. Really great
It
turnout.
was a great crew of people.
Yeah.
So look out for Forsaken Souls. Their episodes coming out soon, and their future Lake Shawnee lockdowns. This has been the Witching Hours,
Yes.
and we'll see ya next time. Bye.
Later.
All right, we've wrapped up our investigation here at Lake Shawnee. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as we did. It was an exciting night. It was a cold night. We had a great time out here, and we're looking forward to doing it again. And we're looking forward to doing more of these, and hopefully live in the future. Thank you, everyone who took their time to pop in and do some interviews with us and talk about their experiences here. And I hope all of you out there who are listening to this or watching this enjoyed it. And we will see you all next time.
There's people standing in the tree line over there. What? There's people standing in the tree line over there. Like a lot of them. They're all lined up beside each other. Because they're going to see what we're going to do.
Anything on who they are or why they're here?
Natives.